HBO Max is no more. Completely destroyed, absolutely terraformed. As a matter of fact, you literally can't even use the app anymore if you have it downloaded on your device. You're forced to use Max, which stinks a little bit, specifically because the Max app kind of sucks a little bit. Basically, whenever you're using this app and you try to scroll at all, you're going to be met with choppiness. And I kind of realized that it's because it keeps on unloading the thumbnails and then reloading them. If you scroll way down and then you scroll back up, it'll start trying to load those thumbnails again. It's an inefficient way to program the thing, and it just causes lots of lag because whenever you're scrolling, it's reloading everything. So that kind of stinks. But at the end of the day, I think the design is not terrible, and the app as a whole isn't bad. But I think what people care about most is the content that's on there, because they'll fix all of the interface issues. But what people really care about is the content. Now, the big reason why they're doing this is because with Warner Brothers Discovery, they're merging Discovery Plus and HBO Max to create Max. What this means now is that there's an incredible amount of content on Max now. There already was a lot of content available on HBO Max because it had stuff from TNT, stuff from HBO, Cartoon Network, all that stuff. But now it's got a lot more content through the Discovery Plus merger. Now Max has content from like TLC, Investigation Discovery, HGTV, all those types of things. So if you're like a fixer-upper nerd who also likes the Batman movies, I think this is going to be the perfect platform for you. Now I know that that's a Venn diagram that not a lot of people fit in, but I do think that one of the best things about this platform is this is going to cater to multiple completely different audiences in a way that I think Netflix kind of wishes that they could, but in a way that only Warner Brothers Discovery can do because they've been doing it at such a high production level and at such a high quality because they've been doing this for decades on cable television. So I think it's kind of cool. Like the idea that you can subscribe to one streaming service and you could have a complete film nerd who wants to have access to, a fair amount of movies that are on the Criterion Collection, while having somebody else who only watches Cartoon Network cartoons, and then somebody else who only watches like reality shows and like shows about like cooking from Food Network and, building houses up from scratch. That all that can be done on one same platform, I think is really going to make Max an even more of a killer app than it already was with HBO Max, because you heard all the people saying when HBO Max was out, it was the best streaming service out there, because even then it already had a great variety of content, and Max has even more variety of content. Now there is some content from Discovery Plus that hasn't made its way over yet. I think some of that might make its way over there later. There's also some content from Cartoon Network that didn't make it over that had been cut from HBO Max. I was expecting it to be available on Max at launch, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're also trying to leave some surprises for us. Some announcements later on to be like, oh, this is coming to Max now. It's a dumb strategy, but I'm sure that they're doing it. So I'm very excited about this app. I think that once they fix all the kinks, this will be a killer app. This could be the Netflix killer. I think that it would be hard to see how Max does not become the number one streaming platform for streaming stuff on demand. So that's my take on it. I'm excited. I know some people might be nervous, but it's going to be all right. Seems pretty fire from what I see. I said I watched some Max last night. It doesn't stink because all the shows from HBO I watched still exist, but you get some Discovery shows too. Exactly. And I think that's where Max's strength is going to be. Like, I think they kind of summed this up perfectly, actually, with their marketing. They've been saying, there's more than just one you, which I think is maybe doesn't make the most sense, but there's going to be more than one person added to profiles in most streaming service plans, right? So you can easily just, especially once you start watching stuff on Max and the recommendations start like really working and kicking in, like, you can just open up Max and it'll just show you old movies, just, old films. Or you can open up Max and just start showing you stuff like Fixer Upper or like Rachel Ray Cooking in the Kitchen. This seems like an app that's designed to conform to whatever type of content you like to watch. Like whatever content you like to watch, it's basically going to be here. I've even heard that they're going to be putting live sports into the app too. So that's going to be insane. Also, all of the Disney Plus, not the Disney Plus, all of the CNN Plus shows are going to be on there. So if you were hankering to check out those CNN Plus shows, you'll be able to check them out. And I do think to a certain extent, those like TLC shows would be, they would serve that content better by making a 24/7 feed of those shows. Because I don't know how many people are like, oh yeah, let's go watch, the latest season of Fixer Upper on demand. Like, but, maybe it's just because there hasn't been a great place to do that, until Discovery Plus came along. So that could be it too. But yes, it's very cool. I think it's going to be awesome once they fix the bugs in the app. I also think they need to make a feature where you can manually select the video quality, because you cannot do that in the app. I tried doing that on my phone, my tablet, and my TV. You can't do that anywhere. So I do think that's a major issue. So hopefully they fix that as well.